Hey guys, it's me Christina, and I have a review on the Indigo spell by Richelle, the third book in the Bloodline series. And this one was my favorite so far. So, in this one, Sydney is like doing all these witchy stuff. She's casting spells. So there's this problem where their Miss Telewager's sister Veronica is like sucking life like out of young witches and like comatosing them and mostly killing them, and it's just not good. And so Sydney and Adrian are like staking out, and it's like crazy. Oh, and before they went to Sonia and Mikhail's wedding, and it was so cute. I loved that scene, and the scene where she dances with Adrian was so cute also. I love them together. It was super, I love them. And then Sydney is looking for Marcus, who was an alchemist, but he like disconnected himself from the alchemist, and he keeps telling her, like, when she does find him, which she uses magic to find him, and like uses like all these crazy things, and I'm just like, oh my god, Sydney has changed a lot since book 1. And she does like so many crazy things, like like uses like she makes fireballs. Oh, and there's this one scene that was like literally my favorite, and it was like a casting spell that she had to like raise something, and it was so funny. And she's like trying to deny her like feelings for Adrian, and like she's like, I don't like him, but she just keeps kissing him. So I'm like, you don't like him, then don't kiss him. Like it's pretty much simple like that. And usually when you do like someone, you kiss them. And Adrian likes Sydney, and he wants to be with her, but it's the whole like alchemist, she's human, he's a vampire, kind of taboo. And Marcus is telling her to break her tattoo, and when she finds out like all this crap that the alchemists have hid from her, that the warriors of the light and the alchemists are working together, she just gets like so mad, and she does break her tattoo. And she freaking like, she also seduced Ian into getting her into the thing where she can get the information to give to Marcus. And I'm just like, oh my freaking god, like I was so afraid she was gonna get caught, and she didn't. And she wore this dress, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then she saw her sister and her dad, and her dad and her do not get along, and her sister, I was just like, at the end, like, oh my god. Yeah, her and her sister have not been on speaking terms since she went on the mission instead of Zoe was supposed to go on the mission, but Sydney took the mission from her to protect her. But Zoe did not see it that way. She saw it as like not that. Anyway, she like gets this information, brings it to Marcus. Actually, she watches it first, and like she sees that they have been hiding things from her, and then after she breaks her tattoo, she ends up calling Stanton in like a crazy match. And like I was like, Sydney, stop it, like you're gonna cause a scene and they're gonna freak out. Because what Marcus said, he's like, they always like pinpoint things that you've said, and I'm just like, you just Shh, don't say anything, Sydney. And then her reaction with Adrian was like so crazy. They end up like making out in her, and like, because he can get into her dream, and I was just like, oh my freaking god. And it was so weird. And she's like, she completely regrets it, and like girls are just like dying, and like she finally figures out something, that it was Alicia from the bed and breakfast, that her and Veronica were working together. So she goes to Miss Taylor's house with Adrian, and oh wait, back up. There's this funny part where Miss Taylor asks her to do the spell, and she ends up having to raise a dragon, which actually turned out to be a demon, but she calls it dragon because it's just weird. And it was so funny, and she ends up putting it in like this little like cage thing, and it was hilarious. I love that scene. But anyway, they go to Miss Tillier's house, and she's not there, and the cats aren't there either, and she has like a lot of cats. And but Alicia is there, and oh my god, Sydney goes like BA on this girl, like seriously. It was so epic. And she sets Miss Taylor's house on fire. Miss Taylor was okay, and then at the end she's like, I have to go to Mexico with Marcus. But then Jill, because Jill saw everything that was like happening when like they were doing that, and then yeah, and Sydney is like freaked out about that. So Jill tells Sydney that she shouldn't make her decisions based on her, and she ends up staying, of course, and then she goes to the museum to find Adrian there, and it was so cute. And then when she gets back to school, her sister Zoe is there. So book 4 should be interesting. The Fiery Heart. And I'm planning on reading that soon. I just need a little break because I have been reading that book since August, and it took me a long time to read it, and it was my favorite one, but it was just like so intense. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. Happy reading. Bye guys.